Special area types in OSPF, we learned that there's something called stub area. What is a stub area? The area that will not allow type 4 and 5 entering inside. The ABR of that area will block type 3 and 4. Before I do that, I would like to remind you that area 0 cannot be configured as a stub area. And if you have multiple ABRs, only one ABR should be the primary path, the other ABR should be a backup path. There should not be any virtual link going on the area. All these things we have seen. So if I want to test stub, I will test in area 100 or area 200, not in area 0, because area 0 is a backbone area, cannot be configured as a stub. So one more thing I want to remind you that if you're configuring stub, you need to configure on every router. Not just only on R3, we also need to configure on R1 and R2. Now, if you don't configure, what will happen? Let's say you configured stub on R3 only. What will happen? A neighbor will be lost. R1 and R2 will not be a neighbor, with R3. Why? In the hello packets, the stub marking will be there. The stub bit will be there. And if the bit is not on both the side, the neighbor will not come. Let us test it first. I am right now going to R1 to show you show IP route. If you notice here, I'm learning routes only from other areas. I don't have E external. Why? We need to troubleshoot. Let us go to router 3 now and check whether router 3 learns the external. Show IP route. Even here I don't see. What may be the reason? Let's go to R5 and check whether the redistribution is done. Show IP route. Here also I don't see EIGRP routes, which means I did not save the configuration, that is why. On R5, show IP interface brief. The Ethernet 02 is unassigned. You know, it's supposed to have 105, 105, isn't it? Interface Ethernet 0/2, IP address 105.105.0.5. And router EIGRP, I don't know what number I used. Let's finish the cloud and then we'll come back. In cloud, I might have saved the configuration. Yeah, this is running EIGRP. And you see the autonomous system number is 1000. So let me go to router 5 and see what show IP protocol. I have only OSPF, there is no EIGRP. Show IP EIGRP interface brief. There is no interface. So On router 5, router EIGRP 1000 network 105.105 0.5 wildcard mask. Nothing wrong in doing like this. Okay, neighbor should come. Okay, neighbor has come. Now what is next? I am expecting those EIGRP routes here. Show IP route EIGRP. Look at this. These are all coming from the cloud. Now, if this need to go inside OSPF, I need to redistribute. Show run section router OSPF. There is no redistribution. So let's go to router OSPF 1. Redistribute EIGRP 1000 metric. If you don't say metric, it will be 20 and it will be E2. You remember E2? Pathcast will not be added in E2. E1, pathcast will be added. We learned that. So I hit enter. Likewise, I go under router EIGRP 1000, redistribute OSPF process ID 1, and EIGRP metrics 5 values. You need to say 1000 bandwidth and redistribute metric. Bandwidth is 1000. I'm going to be delays, reliabilities, load is MQS. Oh yeah. Let us now go and check whether on R1 I see those external routes. We do. Now, if I ping this address, I should get response. You see, I'm getting a response. So we are able to ping the internet cloud, isn't it? The cloud. The cloud here signifies internet. Now, using the route, you are able to ping, isn't it? Using the route, we are able. What if I configure stub? You see what happens. Router EI, okay, before that, show IP OSPF database. So this is something very important place. I want you to have a close look. What do you see here? Type 1 LSA, isn't it? And what is net LSA? Type 2. Summary LSA type 3. And autonomous system summary LSA type 4. And then type 5. These are all coming from other autonomous system. Who is advertising it? The ASBR. This is the address of ASBR, isn't it? Fider. Now, after I configure a stub, this too should not be there, isn't it? Yes or no, sir? After I configure this area as a stub, these two should not be here, correct or not? Yeah. Okay. But then how you will be able to ping this one if if these networks don't come? That default route will be which LSE type? Type 3. Type 3. So you will have a number 000 here. Right now you don't have 00. Do you have any 0.0.0.0? No. In type 3 you don't have. But after I configure stub, you will find 0.0.0.0. Okay, let's configure stub now. Router OSPF 1. Area, what is this area number? 100. stub. Sir, after I hit enter, you see you lose the neighbor. I lost both the neighbors, 2222 and 3333. It has gone full to down. Yeah. So it's gone from full to down. Mhm. The reason is a stub need to be configured on all. That's why I lose the neighbor. Let's go and configure R3. This is R3. R3 is also now area 1000 stub. Sorry, is it 1000 or 100? Correct. Now you will see neighbor with only router 2. Sorry, only with router 1. But with the router 3, router 1 and 2 is where am I? Where am I? Okay. I have configured on router 3. Sorry. I was thinking that I'm configuring on router 2. Anyhow, router 3 has formed a neighbor with whom? Only with router 1. Because we don't have router 2 configured with as stub. So I'm going to router 2 to configure stub. Router router OSPF 1. Area 100 is a stub. Now you see neighbor coming. Okay, neighbor has come up. Now let's see the final result. I'll take you back to router 1. First, let me show you the database. You see, there is 0000. And is there any type 4 and 5? No. No. Let's check the routing table. Show IP route. You can see a default route. The default route is dynamically generated. And there is no E2 or E1. Now let us try pinging that EIGRP, the external network. Ping to 201.1.1.1. You see, you're able to ping. This is other area to this area. Local means you have routes of other area also, and local if it is simply stub. If it is total stub, you will not even have from other area. That IA routes, no, the IA routes. What is IA? Other area. That also won't be there. So to make it as totally stub, you need to have that stub which we configured now on R1, R2, R3. Additionally, you just go to R3 alone and put one extra command. You see, I remove this command. Don't remove from R1 and R2. Area 100 stub, no summary. What is summary? Let's say type 3. When you say no summary, you are saying I don't want summary LS, type 3. Now after doing this, let's go back. I'm in R1. Let me show you the database first. You see the database. Now something is wrong. No, you should not configure. In R1, that stub that you configured should be there, but no summary should be given only on R3. Okay, area 100, stub, no summary. After I give, when I go to R1 and check, I should not see. Okay, gone. You see, summary, let's say you just got only 000. Okay, so your database is small. Let us check the routing table. You see, routing table is also small. You have local, you have for other area only one route. So not only for other area, you can also ping EIGRP using the same default route. Let us ping 777. 7777 is another area. That also I can ping.